and they still can't outwork me. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I am back with some more boxing. And they still can't outwork me. Best in the business. Everybody come in, smash the like button. Biz, what's up with you? Kamal, Diacona, Spo. Hey, do I have any shooters outside of Kamal? I got to get a roll call. Do we have any shooters in here? Do we have any shooters up in here? Byron, what's up? Nothing, I'm cooling, I'm chilling. Gabriel Rojas, what's up? Yeah, YouTube, they tripping. I want to give some more thoughts on Spence Crawford. Virtual press conference. Diacona, absolutely. Kenneth, what's up? What's on my mind? Nah, I did the virtual press conference as media earlier, and I told you I was gonna come back. I told you I was gonna come back with some more heat. But I need y'all to smash the like button. What are these hearts? I don't get the hearts. How are people sending hearts? Can somebody explain the hearts? What do the hearts mean? I keep seeing that. How are y'all sending them emojis? I don't even, what is that? Y'all keep doing it. Stop doing that. Who's doing that? Kenya, how do y'all send them all them emojis? Man, if y'all it's in the chat? Has that always been the thing? Bro, that's distracting as heck. Bro, hold on. How are people sending that? Y'all got that much energy, but y'all ain't sending likes like that. Man, there's a bar on the side of the chat. Okay, somebody is like, something's wrong with them. They keep hitting them. Y'all playing with me. Bro, stop doing who is doing that, bro? I can't keep looking at that, bro. Man, hold on. YouTube, y'all gotta make that count towards the engagement. They tripping. Bro, you somebody going crazy. Hold on, let me screenshot this. Hold on. I want y'all to see, bro. All right, do it again. Whoever's doing that. I'm recording. Nah, do it again like you was doing it. Yeah. Nah, come on. You being bashful. Yeah, do that. Blow it up. Yeah, do this stuff you was doing earlier. Bro, this is so crazy. Y'all weak. Stop. Nah, come on, YouTube. That gotta count. Y'all trip. Hold on. I want y'all to see how, every time I'm trying to read the comments, I keep seeing all this stuff floating by. It's so distracting. Nah, YouTube, that's foul. Y'all got YouTube. Listen to me. That got to count for the engagement, bro. Look, this is all I keep seeing. Y'all see that? Can you do that to the beat? But every second, I keep seeing this. That's why I was like, look, y'all can see that? Man, come on, bro. Hey, YouTube, look, it's still going. Hey, YouTube got to do something, bro. That I don't like that. That wasn't always a thing. What does that even do? Nah, that got to count towards my engagement. Hey, I'm about to write YouTube. Man, them emojis is crazy. I got to block the screen. Hold on, y'all trip. Hold on, I'm about to block that. I don't like that. That was one of YouTube's dumber ideas. I blocked it now. I can't even see it. I can't keep looking at that, bro. Y'all trying to mesmerize me with them emojis, bro. If you're doing it now, I can't even see, so I ain't worried about it. Nah, that's foul, bro. That need to count towards my likes. If they got all the energy, they doing all. Listen, if people are doing all that in the chat, that got to count towards my likes. That got to count towards the money we making. Nah, come on, bro. Let's go. Facebook Live does that too. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. That hasn't always been part of YouTube. He said it's type annoying. Yeah, it is. That's what I'm saying. They just nonstop pressing them buttons, and it's like I'm thinking of something. Yeah, send the super thanks and the Cash App like that. Like y'all got all that energy. Yeah, send it like y'all doing that. I'm blowing that thing up. That's crazy. Anywho, let's get started. ERROL, Spence, Terence Crawford. They did a press conference today. The video's on my page. In my honest opinion, I feel ERROL Spence was a lot calmer and more poised than Terence Crawford. To me, Terence Crawford, he sounded like almost like he didn't want to be there, uptight, these types of words. Terence Crawford, he seemed like, even his body language, he was just kind of like, I don't know if that's a nervous thing. Like, I ain't never just did a live stream and in front of y'all and was like this. Like, what if I, like, hands in my armpits? Like, imagine, like, I know live streaming etiquette because I've been doing this. I've been making money online. You see what I'm saying? So imagine if I did my live streams and I'm just sitting back like this. Yeah, ERROL Spence is fighting Terence Crawford. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego. And I'm back with some more boxing. I think this will be a good fight. ERROL Spence has a very good jab. Terence Bud Crawford. Would my streams be lit if I did that though? Like, you gotta be loose. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like loose. Like loose, you know what I'm saying? Like, he just seemed like kind of like frigid and like stiff or whatever. ERROL seemed like, and like, it's hard to like, he just seemed like he was in a good mood, like chilling, promoted his fighter. He just seemed laid back. So if that's any indication of how the fight's gonna look, that's not a good thing. Like, ERROL Spence seems more ready for that aspect, the bright light part of it. The other thing I was thinking about too with Crawford that I bring stuff up about Crawford I don't really hear nobody talking about. My man said that's facts. I know this. See, I know it's not just me. See, I say things that people are too like afraid to say in the world of boxing. Y'all ever notice that? I say the things in boxing that I truly see, and I keep it real with you guys, and I say things that others refrain from saying for whatever reason. But I know you guys see it, so what's the point of not addressing the elephant in the room? The other thing I was thinking about when it comes to the Terence Crawford situation, Crawford has never done a big crowd outside of Omaha. Is that true? Listen, when you're assessing a fight and you're truthfully trying to be objective, you got to look at, in a fight that's perceived as 50-50, you got to look at all the intangibles. Has Terence Crawford ever done a crowd like 12,000 or better anywhere outside of where he's from? Anywhere outside of Lincoln, Omaha, Nebraska. So outside of the state of Nebraska. Nobody seems to talk about the things that I talk about, at least knowing of my stature, like got the sub count or this sub count or better or higher. But again, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because in a fight that's 50-50 on paper, you got to look for nuanced things and little intangibles and apply it, like experience. So when it comes to big fight experience, the advantage definitely goes to Errol Spence Jr. because he had 50,000 people in Texas. Like that's a bigger crowd versus Mikey Garcia than he's ever had, than Crawford has ever had. Crawford has never done 50,000 people in any building. I can assure you of that, right? That was Errol's backyard. That was Texas. Okay, take Errol out of Texas. He fought Sean Porter in L.A. So he did the Sean Porter fight, and I was at it. The announced attendance was over 16,000. So he did 16,000 elsewhere. Now, I don't recall offhand the Lamont Peterson fight in New York. I was supposed to go to that, but I ended up getting sick. So I reached out to PBC and said they credentialed me, but I had to reach out and said I can't make it. But the Lamont Peterson fight was in New York. He probably did solid viewership, or solid attendance there because it was right after the Kell Brook fight. So it was Errol's first fight back in the States. Crawford, he's not really the whole career. I don't think he's done no 10, 12,000 plus outside of Nebraska. I think maybe the Sean Porter fight did like 10, 11,000. Maybe that fight did, but I struggle to think of many other fights. The Jeff Horn fight was like 8,000 people maybe. I was there. So I don't know. The more I think about the fight, the more I lean towards Errol. I think Errol wins here. I think he has, I just think he has more of the advantages. And the other thing is like big fight experience I just went over. Okay. Let's say everything in the buildup is round 0, and when they start fighting is round 1. So from press conference, the virtual one today, to whatever you've seen on social media, to the 2-city press tour, who has won the proverbial round 0 of pre-fight stuff? Errol Spence or Terence Crawford? So mainly the press conference today, the press tour, London, or when they were in LA and in New York. Who is like at press tour 1 in LA and then 2 in New York, and then today's press conference? Who seems like more relaxed, more chill, more ready, more jovial? Who had the better quips and comebacks and the big fish and fry the fish and the verbal warfare at the press tour? And whatever you've seen on All Access. So just, if you can, put your thinking caps on and look at the whole, like, All Access and what people are saying and how everything is played out before they even get in the ring. Who do you have up? Courtney Thompson, EJ is up 3-0 already. So he's given all the press conferences and the press tours to Errol Spence. You see what I'm saying? Errol Spence, in my opinion, I would agree. I think Errol Spence has, like, he's just done. He's done better. Like, you know how people rank. Again, it's a big fight. People are looking for the fight, so you have to look at the small advantages. I think for example, Bomac made the comment, "Oh, we gonna eat the fish with hot sauce." Errol Spence, like a true battle rapper, Errol Spence came back with like, Bud said he don't even like hot sauce. He's like, how you gonna put hot sauce on me and eat the big fish or whatever, fry the fish, and it's hot sauce or whatever. And Bud said he don't even eat hot sauce. He don't like hot sauce. For the record, I don't know that I've ever, unless someone has stomach issues, I don't know. I don't know if Bud has anything like that. I never really met a brother that didn't like hot sauce, but that's just a sidebar. Unless you just, like, your doctor or something said stay away from that. But that's besides the point. I thought that was a clever comeback from Errol Spence. And even on the All Access, Bud was like, who told him? Who told him? Jeffrey says Crawford is going to fillet that ASS. No explanation. Just you saying it. I mean, cool. I mean, it's possible. It's a good fight. It's possible. It's plausible. But I notice guys like you really don't like break nothing down. So why should we even trust you, bro? Like, trust a guy named Jeffrey McClarely. You clearly don't know what you're talking about. So, I mean, I can't go off of no random fandom. That's you. You just saying somebody gonna win. No explanation, no breakdown, no thought-provoking stuff. Kenya, y'all know I got the bars. I don't know why y'all even start with me. There's no one that's gonna out-roast me. I promise. I'm from the Bay. You can't win that game. I'm not really bothered by people. This is the outcome. And that's what I noticed this whole buildup. The people that are picking ERROL, they actually break it down. They like take the time to break it down, and it's a little bit more thought-provoking on why they feel ERROL wins. They don't just say, oh, ERROL gonna kick his butt. End of. That's goofy to me, bro. If you pick Bud, rock with him. That's cool. Rock with him, but at least tell us why you're picking him. And at best, the only thing they doing is saying generic stuff. Oh, but Bud is a multi-division champion. Who gives a f? Do you hear me? The reason I say who gives a F is because none of what you've done in a past division matters when you're fighting him outside of those divisions. Just like Lomachenko. Oh, but Lomachenko's a 2-division champion. 3-division champion, whatever. You're fighting Devin Haney, Jermaine Ortiz, and Tio in this 3rd weight class. Who cares what you did at featherweight? Who cares what you did at 130? Boxing is a what have you done for me lately sport. It's just like if I was picking Crawford to win, I would be very fearful from what I'm seeing. I truly would. I'd be very fearful. Because on paper, it doesn't look like it all the way adds up to him getting the victory, at least in my opinion. That's just what I see. I would be fearful. Resume don't really stack up to ERROL's. He's not naturally bigger. I can't say he's more durable than Errol Spence. I think ERROL has the better chin. ERROL's fundamentally sound, so I think he's more of the guy that would stick to a game plan. But sometimes he just like to scrap, so he just want to be in there and, you know what I mean, hurt you back because you hurt him, or like rough you up because you roughed him up. That's not smart in an elite level fight. You've never done a crowd as big as this crowd will be outside of Omaha, and you're not fighting in Omaha. It's a PBC production, so you know, the fans and the crowd, they're probably going to be like more partial to the guy who's been on PBC and cheering for. I think ERROL will probably have the crowd favorite. He has a fun style, fun guy. We watch his whole career. I'm just not seeing the X factor. That's it. I know Crawford's a good fighter, but I don't see this like X factor that comes. Adonis sent $1 in the Cash App. Thank you. Bud gets outpunched and outworked. If I was picking Crawford, I would be fearful at this point. See, JJ says Crawford trying to convince himself he has a good resume. That's what I'm saying. Like he's like, man, people on social media and on Instagram, they're trying to say my resume is not good. It's not, bro. Like, what are we talking about? Why is this so complicated, bro? Like Avril Lavigne, complicated. It's not, you don't have the best resume. Like, okay, Canelo resume-wise or Bud? Who has a better resume? Let the people vote. Canelo or Bud? Who has a better resume? Okay, exactly. Canelo. Name a Triple G that what's the name fought? Bud fought. Name somebody that's whatever Triple G was undefeated at middleweight. He was a top guy. Name somebody that Bud fought that was a Triple G of the division. Hell no, guys. Hey, Max. Hey, big drama, guys. Name one person. Caleb Plant was an undefeated slick champion. Name an undefeated slick champion that Bud Crawford fought, who had like dropped Uzkadagi type of person who was also ranked and stopped Anthony Durrell. Or, excuse me, Andre Durrell, excuse me. So that's what I'm saying. You guys are trying to overcomplicate it. I would be better off if Crawford fans, the Bud buddies, they just said, I'm picking Crawford and that's it. But when you start trying to like argue that his resume is better than ERROL's and stuff, that's where you miss me. Man, y'all tripping. Y'all know that boy Ricky Burns, a Hall of Famer. Hall of Shamer. Bud said so. Bro, that's what I'm saying. It's like Crawford is trying to convince himself, but the rest of the world don't look at it like that. Like I said, it would be better if the Bud buddies just said, Bud's going to whoop Errol Spence. I believe that. But when you start trying to battle back with the other people who are saying his resume is not that good, that's where you run into problems. Just accept what's out there and what's true. Errol Spence fought your Dennis Ugas coming off of a Pacquiao win where he clearly beat a Hall of Famer like Pacquiao. Name somebody that Bud fought at welterweight that was coming off an emphatic victory over a Hall of Fame guy like Pacquiao. I'll wait. Name one person that Bud fought at welterweight that was coming off of an emphatic victory over, I said emphatic. You believe Jeff Horn is coming off an emphatic victory when many ringside spectators, Pacquiao himself, Errol Spence told me, I interviewed him years ago in New York. Everybody thought that Jeff Horn lost the fight. Block him. You're a liar. Agent Zero. Yeah, you back down to zero. Come on, bro. I said an emphatic victory, not just a victory where it was a robbery. You don't understand. Ugas beat Pacquiao and had him eating applesauce, being spoon-fed by his wife. That is an impressive, emphatic. Jaron Ennis beating Villa was an emphatic victory. Ugas dominating a legend like Pacquiao, making him eat applesauce and getting spoon-fed is an emphatic victory. Jeff Horn almost being knocked out in the 9th round and robbing Pacquiao in Australia is not an emphatic victory. See, my man Gabriel Rojas just said, Juan Manuel Marquez knocking out Pacquiao is an emphatic victory. Andre Ward knocking out Kovalev in the rematch is an emphatic victory. So either you guys don't know these vocabulary words that I'm using, or you don't know boxing, or maybe it's a combination of both. I said an emphatic victory, meaning like it looked special. It was glorious. Jeff Horn was not no glorious win, despite them lying and saying he beat Pacquiao. Try again. Listen, I get it. I am the best in the business, and you want me to be wrong. You want to catch ego lacking with the knowledge, but not this time. If you're going to beat me, you're going to beat me. If you can stump me, you can stump me. But I can assure you it's going to be some work. But you guys can't stump me because everything I'm saying is 100% true. How come there's more of you than there is of me? I have one brain. The human doesn't even use both sides of the brain, really. You have a left and a right side of your brain. So I'm using half of my brain and I'm destroying you. And there's multiple of you. So you guys got between two people have a full brain being used, and not one of yous can outthink me and correct me with actual fact, not feelings. I'm going to ask it again. Name one welterweight fight where Terence Crawford fought somebody that was coming off of an emphatic victory. Like, you know, when Canelo beat Austin Trout and made him do the stanky leg, and then Floyd Mayweather fought him next, or when Maidana was coming off an emphatic victory over, AB, right? He had like beat AB and he dropped him twice and hurt him and blemished his record for the first time, and then Floyd fought Maidana coming off of that. That's what I'm talking about. Or when Floyd keeps doing this, Shane Mosley knocked out a cheating Antonio Margarito viciously in LA at the Staples Center, and then Floyd fought him in Shane Mosley's next fight, and that's why Shane rocked him, because he still had power and explosiveness. Those are emphatic victories. Jeff Horn scraping by and robbing Pacquiao is not emphatic. Jose Benavidez being shot in the leg and giving Terence Crawford a hellish fight for the first half of the fight until he slowed down, that's not in fact an emphatic victory. If you look at Jose Benavidez, he got shot in the leg, and in Top Rank put him in with two guys you've probably never heard of before. And then he had that, Crawford and Benavidez had that run-in, focus on your fight or you don't make it to your fight. Block Jeffrey McClary. You a bum. Next, get him out of here. Get him out of here. You talking about I use whatever I want. You ain't gonna do nothing about it. Block Jeffrey. Get him out of here. You out of here, bro. Yeah. Shout out to Kenya B. Name an emphatic guy coming. Sean Porter. He was on a 400-plus day layoff when he fought Terence Crawford. That's a fact. And then the guy he beat was right after Errol Spence dropped him and beat him, and it was some random German guy, Sebastian Formella. So he had long layoff, longer than the layoff Errol's on, and he had a distance win over an unknown Sebastian Formella. Before that, Errol Spence beat him. So Sean Porter wasn't a champion. He wasn't active. He was a podcaster. He had all these gigs from Triller to Ring City to PBC to doing interviews. He's traveling around. He had started up his podcast in the pandemic. What y'all talking about, bro? What y'all talking about? Y'all know more than me, then prove it. And y'all look like y'all striking out. Y'all don't know boxing. I'm telling you everything that happened off the top of my dome. You guys have, people like, oh, we're just texting. Yeah, but you also have access. I got my hands free, like Bluetooth. I got my hands free. I'm not researching this. The knowledge is already up here. You guys can go to Wikipedia, Encyclopedia. You got Ask Jeeves. You can go to Google and get the research to prove me wrong, but y'all still can't do it because you can't prove me wrong because I'm that boy. I'm telling you, everybody's pedigree, where they were off the top of the dome, no research needed. The research is already up in here. And you guys still can't prove me wrong. You guys have access to iPads and iPhones and Androids and Google. You guys have endless ways to get the information. I'm hosting a show, and I'm off the cuff, off the top of the dome freestyling, and y'all still can't prove me wrong. Best in the business. So look at the date Sean Porter last fought, and then look at when he fought Crawford and tell me it wasn't 400 plus days. You look at, he lost to Errol Spence and got dropped. I was there. Then his next fight was in the pandemic with Sebastian Formella, an unknown commodity from Germany. And then he had the long 400 plus day layoff. The WBO had ordered the mandatory. That's when Crawford fought him. So nobody Crawford fought has ever been as good as Errol Spence in general, because he beat two of the people Crawford recently fought in his last 3 fights. Don't even get me started on David Adolescence. We know he ain't better than no damn Errol Spence. David Adolescence, I don't even know what he was doing. He beat Josh Kelly. Ooh. You don't know crap about boxing. Your bias is showing bad. You still can't prove me wrong. So there's that. You still can't prove me wrong. Listen, don't say it, be about it. If I don't know what I'm talking about, prove me wrong. Shooters, do not block this person. Do not block him. Selma, you have 30 seconds to tell me what I said that was a lie and incorrect about Crawford and his opponents. Good luck. Good luck. Somebody do the countdown. Somebody do the countdown. They got 30 seconds. We're not wasting too much time. Yeah, okay. I wish you had more time, huh? I wish you had more time. I bet you I'll give $1,000 out right now if they beat me. Listen, I'm going to throw $1,000 in the crowd. Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. I'll give you $1,000. Anybody in the crowd, they beat me right now with facts. $1,000. I'm just handing out money. I'm like Oprah. I'm going to hand $1,000 out. All they got to do is that Selma person, all they got to do is beat me and prove what I said that was a lie. And you got 30 seconds to do it. Bro, imagine being able to work for 30 seconds and win $1,000. This is unheard of. Boxingego is doing things that is unheard of. There's no job. You can DoorDash. There's no DoorDash. There's no customer that's going to give you $1,000 for 30 seconds of work. So you have nothing but opportunity to prove me wrong in front of these good people. But you can't do it. You gonna choke. He's choking. He's choking. I'm Reggie Miller, bro. You choking. You a joke. That's why you gonna choke. Oh, this guy hates Crawford. Oh, this guy, you're biased towards Crawford. Yeah, prove me wrong, though. F all that other stuff y'all talk. You got 8 seconds. You in the hot seat, you got 8 seconds. Let's go. 6 seconds. Okay. Hey, shooters, strap up. Hold on. Shooters, strap up. I got something for you. You heard that? That mean run. Hey, shooters, off them. Selma got to go. I told you. Just a waste of time. All they had to do to get $1,000 is prove me wrong, and I gave them 30 seconds to do it. Block Selma. Block her. You already had your check. Now they want to pop up. Yeah, okay. Yeah, pop up. Get stopped up. Hey, drop them. Thank you for playing. Bro, what person in a right mind would pass up an opportunity to make a free $1,000 by proving someone wrong in 30 seconds? That's not even like, oh, cut the grass for an hour in the heat. Bro, 30 seconds of work and you couldn't do it? Get them out of there. Get them out of there. I'm the king of pop. Yeah. 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 I told you they don't got nothing for me. What y'all want me to say? David Williams says $20 with much respect and appreciated for all you do staying on top of the boxing game. I appreciate you. I told you, this all they do is waste time wasters. Shapeshifters and time wasters. Name somebody. I'm going to say it one more time. Crawford is complaining, saying people are undermining his resume. Okay, fine. That's how you feel. Great. Name somebody that you fought that had a lot of positive momentum, meaning they were coming off of a strong, emphatic performance at welterweight. Victor Postal was not at welterweight. These young boys can't beat me. I said at welterweight. See, this is Bud's problem. This is the Bud Buddies problem. Y'all shining old trophies. They can't do it, so they revert to 135 and 140. This man has been at welterweight for years now. Years. And you guys still bringing up Gamboa and Ricky Burns. Do you understand the error of your ways? You are getting spanked, my friend. Imagine if Errol Spence, y'all about to get laced. Y'all about to get laced up real quick, though. Listen, dad homies, y'all about to get, listen, I put that on dad homies, y'all about to get laced up, though, cuz. Bro, listen, cuz. You about to get laced, dad homies, though. Y'all trying to squabble on dad homies. Okay. Crawford moved up the summer of 2018 to welterweight. The summer of 2018, dad homies. We are in 2023 and it's halfway through the year. Crawford has been a welterweight for like 5 years. And in true buddy fashion, when I say these things and when people are criticizing the resume, what do? They start talking about, oh, Ray Beltran. What about Postal? What about Gamboa? Bro, we were giving Crawford some credit at 35 and 40. But then when all your fights at 35 look like all your fights at 40, and they look like probably less than at 47, that's when people started criticizing Bud's resume. Because we're like, all right, 35 didn't really have that many people. 40 didn't have that many people, and you became undisputed there. Fine. But then you moved into a stacked division. You stayed for 11 years with a promoter who had not a single soul that was messing with you in the welterweight division. The only person that Top Rank had concurrently with Bud that would have been a good matchup would have been Bud and Pacquiao, and Top Rank never gave you that for whatever reason. So why blame Boxingego? I wasn't your manager. I wasn't your PR person. Why are the Bud buddies mad at me? What you mad at me for? I didn't do that to Bud's career. You stayed and re-signed with Top Rank before the Benavidez fight. You stayed with them, and you stayed longer than the expiration date. So now you face the music. You face the consequences. People are not all too impressed with your resume in its totality, namely the last 5 years at welterweight. Simple. Imagine if Crawford in 2018 signed with Al Heyman. He could have been, who has PBC had from that time to now that would have been great fights? Jaron Ennis, even though he's not technically PBC at the moment, he's still fighting on Showtime. So that would be more of a possibility. Danny Garcia, Andre Berto, Keith one-time Thurman, Errol Spence, Yordenis Ugas, Adrian Broner, Maidana. Floyd, I don't even know if he was active, but they signed Pacquiao. So maybe it could have happened under the PBC umbrella. Bro, these are several fights that had you made the move earlier, you could have been in the mix with. You stayed with Bob Arum and Top Rank. Your resume is what it is. But to try to disingenuously fool the public into believing that this is the craziest resume. Like Bud literally is saying, this is not me making up stuff. Bud said, I've always been an underdog my whole career. Who told you that? Who said that to you? You might have felt like an underdog, but you've never been an underdog. You're entering the ERROL fight and you're still not an underdog. Bro, listen. They say I talk a little fast. You listen real fast. I ain't got to slow down for you to catch up. Listen to what I'm saying. And if it don't make sense, then you let me know. I'm going to say it again. Get the likes up. If Bud is fighting the first person that's irrefutably good and undeniably good and has 3 belts that we know is good, not Ndongo, but a guy like Errol Spence Jr., you're still the favorite over him based on the sports book. So how in the could you have been the underdog your whole entire career when you were fighting less than Errol Spence's? They say I talk a little fast, you listen real fast, I ain't got to slow down for you to catch up. I'm going to say it again. You are fighting the best name that you've ever fought in your career in Errol Spence Jr., July 29th. As it sits, as of me recording this video, you are the favorite over him. Over him. The best name you've ever fought, you're the favorite. Why is Crawford telling people that he's been an underdog his entire career when you're still not even an underdog going into the Errol Spence fight? Errol is the underdog. Brian Custer literally asked Errol Spence, how do you feel about being the underdog? And Errol said something like, I don't really care. Like, I've been the underdog before. So it sounds like you want to beat Errol Spence, bro. It really does, because you're assuming a role that you're not even in. So I know it might have been still been over some people's head. The best name on your entire resume is Errol Spence Jr. come July 29th. You are the favorite versus this man. So how could Amir Khan in 2017, 18, or whenever you fought him, how could he have been the favorite over you? When you fought Mean Machine coming off Ray Robinson draw where he should have lost, how was that man that no one even knew, Mean Machine, String Beans or whatever, how is he the favorite over you? When you fought Kell Brook in a bubble in 2020 with no crowd and Kell Brook hadn't made the weight in 3 years, how on earth was he the favorite? To the point where you said you've been the underdog your whole career, and so on and so forth. Sean Porter, no belt. You fought him when he was a podcaster, when he had arthritis in his hip, and he had no belt. It wasn't a unification. That's why you still have one belt. How could he have been the favorite when Errol Spence is undefeated, beat Sean Porter, beat Kell Brook, and you're still the favorite over him? He's talking about the fans who doubts him. You don't even know how to spell, bro. Doubts him. If you look at the polls, you put like a stripper poll. You don't know what you're talking about because you can't spell, bro. Block him. You a boxing addict? Well, you're going to have to get your fix elsewhere. Get him out of here, bro. Get him out of here. That still don't make sense. He said he's talking about the fans. You still weren't the underdog in any of those fights. So what fans, like, okay, so what fans said David Avanesian was going to win? Not they wanted him to win, but who was out there? And then if we're just going, where are these fans? You're just going off random crackhead fans, like random people? Come on, bro. Y'all sound so ridiculous, bro. So fans say that anything. We're not. So what did we talk about? You just grab a few fans that said David Avanesian was going to win? That's not the consensus from boxing. That none of the boxing media said that. No box. Just show me a video of somebody who is not affiliated with David Avanesian in any way that said David Avanesian absolutely knocks out Crawford or destroys him and beats him. Somebody that is not proven to be insanely biased. Come on, bro. Y'all trying to vouch and make excuse. Nobody, I have not picked I have not picked Bud to lose at any fight until Errol Spence. None. And I never even had to think twice. The only reason I'm picking against him now is because the guy you're going against is formidable, and I think he has the attributes where he'll win. That's it. I never thought David Avanesian could beat you. I never thought Kell Brook was in the position to beat you at that space. Or Amir Khan. So what is Crawford talking about? I've been the underdog my whole career. Where was I? I had a channel. Where was I at? Where were we at? The only time you might have been an underdog is Bradis Prescott, because you took that fight on 2 weeks' notice and no one knew who you were at the time, and we knew Bradis Prescott knocked out Amir Khan, and Cameron Duncan told you not to take the fight. But I'm talking about since you've been Bud Crawford, nobody like picked against you, dog. Revisionist history, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. Crawford, like he's saying these things, but we just disagree. Put it that way. I never looked at Crawford as the underdog in any fight. I never thought anybody could beat him until Errol Spence. Now, I'm not saying no one in life, but none of the people he fought. You get me? I never thought, like, I didn't pick Brook to beat him. I didn't pick Amir Khan to beat him. I didn't think Jeff Horn was good. So I damn sure didn't think he was going to beat him. I didn't think Jose Benavidez shot in the leg was going to beat him. I didn't think Mean Machine, String Bean, Leans, Greens. I didn't think none of those dudes would beat you. I didn't even think Postal was going to beat him, to be honest. Block MOB, you ain't the mob. So what are we talking about? Block him. Hey, shooter. Oh, okay. Shout out to Kenny B. Okay. I like it. Yeah. So let Crawford tell it he's been an underdog his whole career. I must have missed that chapter of your career because I don't ever remember that. Now, again, if you fought better guys, you would be the underdog, or at least the odds would be close. Like if you moved up and fought Jermell Charlo, then there would be people that think Jermell Charlo can beat you. Whether he can do it or not, that would be the consensus. The fight would at least be closer on the cards. That's what happens to any great fighter when they step up in class. The odds slim up. The reason the odds haven't slim up and the reason why I believe Crawford has all knockouts is because of who he's fought. Like okay, I'm going to ask a true question. Let's play the truth game. Just hand over heart, who has more power, Errol Spence or Terence Crawford? Not who wins, just pure power. Who has more power? Nothing else. Not who wins, not IQ, pure power. Pure power, who has more? Block Officer Drew. You an imposter account. Get him out of here. I seen 2 people pick Bud. All right. So, I think Errol Spence has more power, backed by the fact that Sean Porter said he was more hurt when Errol Spence dropped him. So, Errol Spence has more power. Doesn't mean you win the fight just because you have more power, but Errol Spence has more power. Kell Brooks said it too. So, it's like either you guys don't know boxing or you're trying to be like go against the grain. So either you guys don't pay attention or you don't know it because you didn't look. But 2 mutual opponents, Kell Brook and Errol Spence, they all said that Errol had more power. Who has more power per capita, Jaron Ennis or Bud Crawford? Jaron Ennis or Bud Crawford? If they both sent their nastiest shot, who has more power? Boots or Crawford? Okay. Everybody's saying Boots. So let me flex my boxing expertise on you. I just did the power test with Errol and Crawford, and then I did it on Boots and Crawford. The conclusion from the votes, and then also people who fought Crawford and Errol, was Errol had more power per capita, and Jaron Ennis had more power per capita. You know what else the 2 more powerful guys have in common? They have people that have went the distance with them. Jaron Ennis, right before the Villa fight, he fought the Karen dude. And the Karen dude was just crafty and in survival mode and wouldn't give him the look, so he couldn't get the knockout, even though he hurt Karen. Errol Spence fought the better quality of people, so he knocked out Ugas, but he didn't knock out Sean Porter or Danny Garcia, despite bashing them, dropping them, stuff like that. Bud Crawford is the only person that has all knockouts in the weight class. But I truly believe it's who you're fighting. Stylistically, Bud's a great fighter. Plus, you're fighting guys who are limited at that space of time you're fighting them, or they're considered washed or past their prime. So that's why those culmination of things. But Gervonta Davis per capita has more power in his division than Bud has in his division. Who disagrees with that? Gervonta Davis is not more powerful at 135 than Bud Crawford is at 47 per capita. Is that cap or fact? Oh my gosh. Cap or fact? If Gervonta hit somebody full force at 135, the chance that they go away is greater than if Bud Crawford hits somebody with his best shot at 47. And I'm talking about the best name. Like, so if Gervonta Davis fought Shakur Stevenson and hit Shakur with his full force best shot, there's a greater chance that Shakur could go away if he gets hit with something foolish, or Keyshawn or Frank Martin or Devin or whoever, if they got hit with it. I'm not saying they would, but if they did, then if Bud hit Jaron Ennis with his best shot and hit Virgil Ortiz with his best shot or hit Errol Spence with his best shot. Do you guys not understand? And guess what? Gervonta hasn't knocked out everybody either. He couldn't knock out Isaac Cruz. I understand he messed up his hand, but still, you guys get what I'm saying. So Isaac Cruz got a hard head. He just wasn't ripe for the knockout. But Bud just knocked out everybody. It's just impossible, bro. It's impossible that you fight. Like, even if he knocked out Errol Spence, it still don't prove the point because you haven't knocked out Conor Benn and Virgil Ortiz and Jaron Ennis. Now, if you fought all of them and knocked them out, then, all right, Crawford, this is just some different stuff. Your style is just too crazy. But you haven't fought those level of guys, so the knockouts will come easier. Or if you did fight the name, they were just a name at that point. They weren't like in the prime of their career. If they're in the prime, they would have been champions. No? I know what I'm doing. That's why what I'm doing, I know what I'm doing. I'm destroying them. I'm destroying them. I'm destroying all your weak arguments, you foolish infidels. If Sean Porter was in the prime of his career when he fought Bud Crawford, why was he not a champion? I put stuff in a way that you can't deny. I'm going to say it again for you foolish mortals and infidels. If Sean Porter, when he fought Crawford, was in the prime of his career, why was he not a champion? Okay. So he's a two-time champion before, but not when he fought Bud. So why did he not have a belt when he fought Bud Crawford if he was in the prime of his career? Okay. Why did he retire after the sole knockout loss to Terence Crawford? Because he was at that space of his career. He had been through several wars with Kell Brook, Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman, I think Phil LaGreco, Julio Diaz. Like, he had tough fights. Broner, who dropped him in the 12th. ERROL obviously was a taxing, battering fight. Berto. That's why. If Kell Brook was in the prime of his career, why wasn't he fighting at welterweight? If Kell Brook was in the prime of his career, why wasn't he champion? If Kell Brook was in the prime of his career, how come nobody was talking about him in boxing outside of the UK? If Kell Brook was in the prime of his career, why he retire one fight later after fighting an equally washed Amir Khan? Okay. Y'all don't know boxing. Y'all got to give me some better work, man. So Crawford, he's trying to circumvent, go around. Oh, people just hating. No one's hating on you, bro. Your resume is just what it is. No, it had nothing to do with hate. Like, okay, if you go around town different places, work, church, food court, little kids, grown-ups, and they all say your breath stink. If they're like, man, PU, little kids are saying your breath stink. You go to church and they like, God damn, you need a mint, your breath stink. You go to school, your breath stink. You go to work, your coworkers say your breath stink. Maybe your breath just stinks. You trying to blame everybody. You trying to, them little silly kids, they just little kids. Kids say the darndest things. Okay, why are your coworkers saying it? They not kids. Why'd your coworkers say your breath stink? Why are you in church, a holy place, and you got God-fearing breath? Why are they saying it in the church then? You can't blame it on little kids because it ain't a bunch of little kids at the church. They still saying your breath stink. So, God dang it, maybe your breath just stank. You trying to blame everyone for the halitosis. Man, there ain't nothing wrong with my breath. My breath is just up to par. Yeah, all right. Those little kids don't know what they talking about. Maybe your breath does stink. Girls are saying it. Guys are saying it. Rabbis. Bro, a Jewish rabbi is like, L'chaim, your breath, L'chaim. Bro, no matter who, Muslims are saying it. Rabbis are saying it. Priests, Pope John the Paul, everybody's saying your breath stink. Rappers, scrippers, OnlyFans models, like they all saying it, bro. Game show host. Breath mint for $100. Like, bro, everybody's saying that maybe your breath stink. Crawford keep talking about his resume. Well, man, why everyone on Instagram just hating on my resume? My resume. Bro, my resume. Everybody coming to my IG hating on my resume. Bro, maybe the resume is not that they're hating. Maybe your breath stink. Like, what do you want me to say? All these stupid YouTubers hating on my resume. Bro, it's not just YouTubers. There's boxing media that don't have YouTubes, or at least popping YouTubes, and they said the same thing. So again, at what point do we have any accountability in boxing? And I noticed something about Errol Spence. When people are saying negative things about him, he just eats it. He eats it. People are like, oh, look at his teeth is messed up. Oh, listen to how he's talking. Oh, Errol Spence can't walk no more. He won't be able to fight no more. He got broken back and broken my neck and my back. Bro, remember? After the car accident, when Errol is confronted with negativity, oh, you're a drunk bastard. You got a DUI. Your teeth is messed up. You're slurring your words. You're punch drunk. You can't take a punch. Errol just eats it. He doesn't be like, oh, man, why'd y'all say this DUI stuff? He didn't blame the DUI. Oh, I was with Kevin and them. You see what I'm saying? Imagine that Errol Spence, he ate everything he's been through, the trials and tribulations. He ate it. Flew through a car. We all seen it. And he ate that. He ate it, bro. He didn't blame nobody like, oh, why did Karen give me a effing drink? Why did Kevin let me get my keys? Like, he didn't blame nobody for it. He just took it for what it is. This was God warning me. It happened. I'm glad that I made it out to see my family, and he moves on. That's the person I'm going to trust. I'm going to trust the person who has some level of integrity and accountability, and it's not everybody else's fault. Sometimes the answers you're looking for and you seek are right under your nose. You just have to be willing. Like, if it's everybody's problem and you're really the problem, but you blame everyone, you're not going to grow. Or at least it's going to be harder for you to grow. Because you want to blame everybody. Errol Spence, DUI, ate that. Whatever, I don't know what, and I never had one, so I don't know. I don't even drink anymore. Like, I ain't drinking like, I've only socially drank anyway. But, yeah, I ain't drinking like 2+ years probably. So anyway, I don't know. I don't know what that feels like. Don't ever want to know what it feels like. But at the end of the day, he ate that. Whatever fines he had to pay if he couldn't drive for me, I don't know. I don't know what it entails. But he ate it. And he didn't blame nobody. He didn't say, oh, why they give me the drink? I hate the club. I'm suing the club. Why, you know what I mean? Why did my chick let me do this? And somebody should have took my key. He just ate it. Bud won't accept his own resume. It's like denial or something, like almost like a Napoleon complex. Everybody else did it but you. We made you re-sign the top rank. Yeah, that was our Boxingego did it. I made you sign your re-up with Top Rank. So he can't take the heat and the criticism, but realistically, you brought this on yourself by the decisions you've made. Nobody like made you sign the Top Rank the first time or the additional times. We didn't do that. We always supported Bud Crawford. We continue to support Bud Crawford. Whether we think he's going to win or lose, he's doing something great for boxing. He took the fight. We're all excited, a couple weeks away. But for me, as time wears on, I keep leaning more towards Errol Spence. I'm picking Errol Spence, and I'm not even leaning towards. I'm picking Errol Spence. I like what I'm hearing from Errol, and I think it's more rational and realistic. Hard for me to ever side with irrationality. Like Errol Spence he's saying everything. Like for example, he's like, yeah, Bud's a dog. You know, I expect a tough fight, definitely. That shows me a person who's like he's doing his homework. He's not going in there like thinking that Bud is sweet. He literally said, I'm a dog, he a dog. I like to bite, he like to bite. There's gonna be highs and lows in this fight. That sounds realistic. That sounds like a realistic approach. You should not underestimate your opponent, but it don't sound like he is based on that. And I'm not saying that Crawford is necessarily underestimating his opponent, but what I am saying is he has an overinflated sense of almost self-worth in the departments of a resume and certain departments like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, y'all just haters that hate on my resume. Like, why are we all that? What about your resume just doesn't stack up against some of the better resumes? Crawford got a better resume than Usyk. Frederick Meadows, let's get it. I asked y'all a question. Does Crawford have a better resume? See, now this is where it gets bloody. This is where it get bloody. Doghouse rules. This is where it get bloody. Y'all, I promise y'all can't outsmart me. I promise you can't outwit me. I promise you can't get with me when it comes to this boxing knowledge. Does Crawford have a better resume than Alexander Usyk of the Ukraine? Because guess what? Alexander Usyk, just like Crawford, has been undisputed. So they already have that in common. That's a wash. But guess what? When Alexander Usyk became undisputed, he had to fight in a tournament with more known killers than the path in which Crawford had to go to become undisputed. Usyk fought in the World Boxing Super Series out of town. I forgot where they did it, but Qatar or wherever they did it. They did it somewhere fancy, right? And he had to fight for the Ali Trophy to become undisputed and beat everybody who beat everybody in their seed to be the last man standing, just like Andre Ward did in the Super Six. That's how Usyk became undisputed. So Crawford like, oh, I got undisputed. So does Usyk. And then after that, Usyk knocked out Tony Bellew, who had just beaten David Haye twice at heavyweight. So he a very strong and guy coming off two great wins against David Haye, former cruiserweight champion. Usyk knocked him through the ropes viciously. So that was the end of his work at cruiserweight. Then the guy moves up to heavyweight, doesn't necessarily look good versus Chaz Tablespoon and Derek Chisora, but he took a name guy like Chisora, beat both of them. Then he fights Joshua, which leads us to his current career. He fought Joshua 2 times back-to-back, and now he's fighting a very strong Daniel Dubois, who has bounced back since his sole loss to Joe Joyce with knockout wins like the one on the Don King card. You tell me I don't know boxing, but I'm telling you everything in order off the top of the head. So Usyk is around the same age as Crawford. And he's been undisputed, but his method and who he had to... Bro, the man moved from cruiserweight to beat Anthony Joshua for unified titles. And Joshua is like 6'6", this big behemoth. Crawford has never done that. He has an opportunity to fight an Anthony Joshua level person in the division July 29th. So Usyk got a better resume. JJ, peace. And he's been undisputed. Clarissa Shields, she got more undisputeds than any male. She got 2 gold medals. She got like 3 undisputeds. And she don't talk like Crawford. She got an SB. Congratulations to the sister on that. So Crawford, everything Crawford like celebrates and brags, Clarissa Shields at a younger age has already done all of that. And then some. Tell me I'm lying. I wish one of y'all would. Tell me I'm lying. Clarissa Shields is younger than Terence Crawford. That's a fact. She has 2 gold medals. Terence Crawford don't got 2 gold medals. She's been undisputed, not once, but 3 times in multiple weight classes. Crawford got 1 undisputed. Look at who Clarissa Shields is fighting for undisputed. Her second pro fight she fought, I was there, Franchon Cruz-Dezurn, who just got a title shot versus Savannah Marshall. Oh, yeah, that's right. Savannah Marshall, the bigger power-punching girl that Clarissa Shields also recently beat. So you had it's just like Floyd Mayweather. You would see Canelo and Cotto fight each other later on. Floyd had already beat both of them. Clarissa Shields did that in her division. She had already beat Savannah Marshall, domination, and then she, in her second fight, beat Franchon Cruz-Dezurn. And they were deserving of a title opportunity for undisputed or whatever. And Clarissa had already beat both of them. Then the other girl, Juice Up, Gabriels, who dropped her. So that's an asterisk by it. But she beat you, and then you juiced up for the rematch. So Clarissa Shields went to MMA and caught victories. So Clarissa Shields at a younger age has already done everything, and she just won an ESPY, like I just said. So that's everything Crawford is praising. Like, oh man, I'm undisputed. Okay, so it's Clarissa Shields, and she had a tougher path in her respective category to get there. Christina Hammer is a good name for Clarissa Shields at that point. Franchon Cruz-Dezurn, Savannah Marshall. But I got an ESPY. Clarissa Shields is now an ESPY winner as well. You know what I'm saying? Usyk, he's undisputed, and he got the juice too. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He undisputed and fought Anthony Joshua a couple fights after that. Crawford, he's like sipping his own Kool-Aid. He said he made people want to be undisputed. How does that even make sense when you weren't the first person that became undisputed? I mean, you guys got to ask yourself these questions, people. He said he started, so Teofimo is claiming credit for making people want to do undisputed. Crawford's claiming credit. Crawford was the first person in a while who had become undisputed, but that's because the cards lined up for you like that. All the belts were right here with this guy from Namibia, and then you had top rank, and they were able to make a deal. So usually undisputed kind of boils down to politics. If they're separate sides of the street and then they're not working together and all that, it becomes hard to be undisputed. So you're the first guy where it aligned, and the business aligned, and the belts were in the right hands for the undisputed to happen. I mean, even Nayao Inoue is younger than Crawford, facts. He about to fight Cool Boy Fulton. So he too was undisputed. If he beats Cool Boy Fulton is a hell of a fighter. You know what I mean? So whoever wins that fight, be it Cool Boy Fulton or Inoue. But I'm just using the point. If Inoue did win the fight, that means he moved up in weight after being undisputed, something Crawford keeps talking about. And then he's fighting the top guy in the weight class, which is Cool Boy Fulton, who beat Brandon Figueroa, among others. So that would be a signature win. Crawford is saying his signature win is Ricky Henderson or whatever, Ricky Burns. You see what I'm saying? So it doesn't add up. July 29th, if Crawford wins, I will give him credit like I give anyone credit. But the way he's acting and like his belief system and what he's saying, on top of what I already felt because of other advantages that I'll probably break down with Errol Spence, he's making me rock with Errol even more. Believe Errol wins even more. Because I'm not, if someone's saying things that are irrational, it's hard for me to like think that you're entering hard for me to believe you're entering the fight, the biggest fight of your career, and you're telling us it's not the biggest fight of your career. Do y'all get that? It's the biggest fight of his career, and he's telling us it isn't. He's saying Ricky Burns is bigger. He's saying Errol Spence ain't the most difficult, or he don't think he's the most difficult. You know, Mean Machine is more difficult. What? So if you truly believe this, or if you don't believe it and you're just saying it, whatever the case may be, it's not realistic. Because Errol Spence is not saying senile things like this. Errol Spence is like, I'm expecting a tough fight. He a dog. I'm a dog. We're gonna see. I can rock with that. That makes sense. But when you say Ricky Burns is a better win, you've totally lost me, bro. When you say I think Errol Spence might be a top 3 win for me, you've completely lost me. So that's it. I don't have nothing against Crawford. We just have completely different theories on certain subject matter. Again, any man that's going to tell me the best, like I'm looking at Errol Spence as the best name you've ever fought, with the most momentum and the most danger that you've ever fought. You're telling me that's not the case. You're telling me that he might be somewhere in the top 3. But Ricky Burns, though, I can't. I'm completely lost, bro. And the craziest part about it is, with what I'm saying, if you truly believe you're going to win, you would want to be saying exactly what I'm saying so you get the full credit. Like, you should paint Errol Spence to be this monster, so if you're confident you beat him and you beat him, then everybody's like, yeah, I beat the boogeyman. But you're placing Errol behind Ricky Burns is peculiar. Block Bradley. That was easy. That's peculiar to me, that you would somehow, like I said, it would make more sense if you built, like, okay, if I was finna fight Dragonfly Jones, we'll just use a random name, and everybody said Dragonfly Jones is that dude, I want them to think that. So when I beat him, there's nothing that could be said. You're saying you don't know if Errol, you know, he might be top 3. You're saying it like nonchalantly, like he might be a top 3 guy that I fought. I could retire and I didn't need to fight him. You're saying stuff like that. That, to me, that sounds weird and unrealistic. Truthfully, it does. You guys are entitled to feel how you want to feel. I don't really care. But to me, that sounds weird. I would try to hype the hell out of Errol Spence. So when you beat him, then it's like you get all the glory. I mean, wouldn't you guys? Like, honestly, if you fought Ricky Burns, let's say he fought Rick. When did he fight Alexa? When did it's like 2012 probably. Alexa, what year did Terence Crawford fight Ricky Burns? Alexa, what year did Terence Crawford fight Ricky Burns? In March. Alexa, cancel. She said 2014. So, March of 2014, my birthday month. If you're in 2023, why are you talking about a decade long? Like, you know, next year is 2024. You're literally shining old trophies, talking about a win from a decade ago, and then the fight we all want to see And the fight you're saying you always wanted, Errol Spence, you're almost making it like, oh, he's not even that good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or not, he's not saying he's not that good, but he's just like, oh, maybe it's the top 3, but my number 1 is still Ricky Burns. Are you that stubborn, bro? That you can't just admit Errol Spence? Like, put Errol Spence in with Ricky Burns and tell me what happened. It wouldn't go to no unanimous decision that Crawford got. Ricky Burns would get his head knocked off his shoulders, bro. Stop playing, bro. Stop playing. If Errol Spence fought Ricky Burns, people would say Errol's a cherry picker. And it's not going full rounds. Ricky Burns would be in somebody's stretcher, in somebody's gurney. So to me, again, I got to go with sanity in the person that's saying things that align with what I've seen. Bro, Kell Brook is a better UK guy than the Ricky Burns from Scotland. And at home in the UK, Kell Brook got destroyed by Errol. What the hell would Ricky Burns do? So to be honest, I don't know if it's like jealousy or what, but it just seemed weird that Crawford can't give the full credit, like, or answer a question straightforward, like straight up and down. Is this the best win of your career? Why not say yes? That makes you look better if you beat him. Am I tripping? Does it not make Crawford look better if everyone believes Errol's a monster and then Crawford were to beat him? So again, using my logic, it actually benefits the fighter for that to happen. I hope Spence beat up Bud real bad. So the only thing I could think of is maybe you're not as confident in beating him, so you're not going to build him up as a boogeyman in case you lose or something. I'm telling you how this game worked, bro. All knockouts, bro. That's cap. Like, not saying he didn't do it, but you're not gonna knock out everybody, bro. It's just not reality in boxing. Pacquiao didn't do it. De La Hoya didn't do it. Trinidad didn't do it. The only guys that do that are dudes with generationally freakish power, rarity, or guys with limited resume. And then you knock out everybody on that limited resume. Bro, Marcos Maidana, look it up. Marcos Maidana in Argentina, when he first started, he was knocking everybody out. When he started getting the Broners, Floyds, Eric Morales, Devin Alexander at the time, he didn't knock none of them out. Because you're fighting world-class fighters, bro. That's how that works in boxing. How come Maidana, like, if he would have stayed in Argentina, he'd be 100-0 with 100 knockouts. But he started fighting world-class Amir Khan. He didn't even knock out Amir Khan. Maidana, imagine that. And Maidana almost knocked out Amir Khan, and Amir Khan almost knocked out Maidana, and they put on a fight classic, and Amir Khan don't even have a good chin, and he didn't knock him out. So you mean to tell me Bud just knock out everybody no matter what, no exceptions? It's just, that's not realistic. No one in boxing has ever done that. Hagler, why he ain't knock out Sugar Ray Leonard? Aaron Pryor. Bro, if you watch Aaron Pryor versus Alexis Arguello, bro, he hit him. They were going to war and hitting him with 1 billion shots. And it took 1 million shots to wear him down. I'm telling you how this game works. Y'all gonna see. July 29th. So what I've seen, Errol Spence, he's making me more secure in my pick. If Crawford was saying different things, then maybe you start second guessing your pick. But I mean, it looks like they're both training hard, but I think Errol Spence is edging it in the pre-fight stuff. Sounding more realistic, sounding calm, not sounding angry. Crawford just sounds angry all the time. Crawford seems like he always have a chip on his shoulder. Like, he don't want to do the interview. Like, okay, he don't want to interview with Boxing Ego. Fine. But you've interviewed with Brian Custer. Why you still seem like rigid and stiff with him. Like, and standoffish. I truly don't get it, people. Like, and the other thing, the other reason why I'm looking into the wordplay and what people are saying and stuff is because is ERROL even the guy you want to have a chip on your shoulder with? Like, do you want to come in the fight with him like angry and have a shootout? I don't know. I don't really see that as being fighting a bigger guy with a chip on your shoulder. I don't really know if that. I don't know if that really benefits you. I truly don't know if that benefits you.
It's got this chip on his shoulder, the size of the world, and it's like, at this point, do you even think that chip is ever gonna go anywhere, or you gonna live with that chip the rest of your life?
I don't know, man. It's just in me, you know. I don't know. It's in me. Like at times, I'll be cool. I'll be chilling. You know, you've been around me, but I'm just so competitive.
Yeah.
You know, I just think that it just been my competitive nature. Like, okay, you doubt me. I can throw the ball 60 yards.
Oh, here we go. Here we
So
go.
we was out there, and I was throwing against wind and holler.
What is he talking about?
Hey, and Sean, and I kept throwing until I got it, right?
Kept throwing until you got it. Terrence got this chip on his shoulder.
But like I said, I don't know if that's the. I mean, I don't know. I'm not his coach, but I don't know. Do you want to have a chip on your shoulder and have a shootout with Errol Spence, the naturally bigger guy? I mean, I guess we'll see. We'll see what he has in store for that. Sean Porter took the payoff to set up the Errol and Crawford fight, because we all know Bud cannot beat Sean Porter. I don't know about that. But listen,
Crawford, for any fighter, or not any fighter, but anybody who looks at this fight and thinks that you can't win, what are they missing about Terrence Crawford?
Listen,
that makes them feel like you're not gonna win this fight.
Well, I think they just missing a whole, I would say, everything about Terrence Crawford. And the underdog my whole career.
he said, I've been the underdog my whole career. That's not true. I mean, y'all vote. Has Crawford been the underdog his whole career? That's what he's alleging. Yes or no? Just put a Y or put an N for no. Y for yes, N for no. Has Crawford been the underdog his whole career? Maybe you guys see something I didn't see. Simple question. Has Crawford been the underdog his whole career as he's alleging? Yes or no? Everybody's saying no. That's how I see it. So that's what I'm saying. Where does Crawford get these narratives about I've been the underdog my whole career? Who? Against who? Bro, I'll give y'all $1,000 if you produce a video of me saying Mean Machine, David Avanastance, Amir Khan was going to beat Crawford, or Jeff Horn, anybody. Bro, I'm going to say it again like that. $1,000, Venmo, Cash App. If you can produce, not no AI production, but me on tape picking anyone to to beat Crawford outside of Errol Spence recently. And that's just this upcoming scheduled fight. So basically a fight that's already happened. So I don't even understand where he's coming from, bro. I literally have never picked against Crawford until Errol Spence. Literally. I didn't pick Postal. I didn't pick John Molina. I didn't pick Hank Lundy. I didn't pick Felix Diaz. I didn't pick Gamboa. I didn't pick Means Machine. Amir Khan. I didn't pick Jeff Horn. Like, I don't know. I never picked any of them. So I don't know this whole underdog. I don't know where that comes from. I don't know why he feels that way, but whatever. Anyway, that's my time. Let me know what you guys think. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. I got a lot more videos I will be dropping as we gear up for fight week. Shout out to Kamal Oz. Breaking T.O. is to keep his WBO belt and not retire. Predictable. I told y'all that. Peace out, y'all.